What up, my fellow YouTube nerds, and now my fellow fantasy football nerds, because it is now my favorite time of year, football season. End of August to the beginning of February is my favorite time. It's like Christmas, but for 5 months straight. Yes, every Sunday from now on, it is booked. Can't even see me. Nothing. It's like work, but better because you're not gonna want to see me. Um, been loving football for the past 14 years since I was uh, 12, 13 years old. And now I've been doing fantasy for the past 6, 7 years. And I've gotten two second places, three first places. And for the first time ever, I'm back to back champ in my league. So I figured with all the knowledge I have, I should fill you guys in with how I do things, how I draft, who I pick up, who I release, who's on my waivers, everything like that. You, I feel like my insight might actually help you with your fantasy. Maybe not. You don't have to listen, but I figured it might help you because it's helped me, and I'm on a little bit of money. I've done FanDuel, I've done DraftKings. I like them both. I've won money on both, but really FanDuel's where I go with right now because it's really what I started with, so it's just been a better system for me because I've known it for longer. Um, I've won my leagues not based off of player available. I've been doing my stuff off of keeping a well-rounded team and keeping a close eye on waivers and free agents. You don't want to jump on every free agent that's every week. That's the top one, or else you'll be shot down to the bottom of the waiver wire. And also on Sundays, you maybe want to pick up a player that you didn't think about during the week. It's kind of hit and miss. At the same time, drafts are hit and miss. For me, I've gotten lucky, but at the same time, I've done the research. You have to do the research. You have to take time in. You have to know what you're doing. I mean, if you don't know football, you shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't play because I do it for money. I mean, that's the only way to make it interesting. That's why I do FanDuel. That's why I do fantasy football leagues with a buy-in. Generally, 40 to 50 bucks. I think this year I'm doing $100 one, which will make it even more interesting. That'll be the one I target harder. But still, I'm doing two leagues this year, and it's both going to be really good. I'm going to try hard in both. And you don't want to draft the same in both leagues. If you have two leagues, you kind of want to make it diverse. Of course, you don't want to have the same, like really the same quarterbacks, the same defenses, the same tight ends kind of thing. You kind of want to divert in each of those categories. But at the same time, you're gonna have some overlap, especially in wide receivers and running backs. But at the same time, you can overlap with quarterbacks and tight ends and defenses and kickers and blah blah blah. I've done it. It works. Sometimes it doesn't. It's, every week is different. You gotta figure out your team. You gotta steer it correctly. I mean, you're never gonna really know how well your team's gonna do every year. I mean, you have injuries, you have rookies, which I definitely stay clear of. Rookies are the worst. I mean, it's like driving a used car. I mean, that's a bad example. It's like driving or like getting a new toy that is off brand. You kind of know what you're getting, but you don't really know. I mean, it is really just it's hard um, to measure any of those guys. Rookies are definitely the worst. I'm sorry, but they just don't do fairly well for me. With that being said, there are exceptions. Last year, drafted Sonny Michelle, not because of Sonny Michelle. He didn't kill it in college league or the collegiate league, but the offense was just there. I mean, and he definitely showed up for me, but at the same time, 3 or 4 weeks, he didn't show up for me, and that almost killed me in my leagues. You gotta watch out for those. Um, Also, you gotta watch out for a cluster of players in one position, in one team. You gotta watch out for all those things. I mean, it's everything plays in. If you have a team with three tight ends, you gotta watch out for that because you don't know who the starting tight ends even gonna be. Like Oakland, I wouldn't even touch them. Any of those tight ends. There's like a cluster. Um, Wide receivers, it's like let's see, Green Bay. Green Bay, I wouldn't touch those wide receivers besides Devontae Adams because really you don't know what it's gonna be. It's a cluster. Um, but really, it everything comes into play. So without further ado, this is my top 50 to 60 players. Yes, I know that's a vague number, but I've had to add some people in. I've taken some people out with injuries, helmet issues, things like that. It's really just moving players around, and in the past month and a half, my whole list has changed tenfold. And so I can't even make sense of it myself, and I wrote the dang thing. So without further ado, I don't want to make this video 45 minutes long. I gotta get to it, and listing 50 players to 60 players is tough enough. So thank you guys for watching my first video on fantasy football, and I hope this all helps out for you because it definitely helped out with me. So, number one overall, Alvin Kamara, without a doubt. That offense is great. That running back is great. They got rid of Mark Ingram. Perfect. He's gonna kill it. I know they brought in some other running back. I forget even who, but that's why it's even better. He's forgettable. Alvin Kamara is not. Number one overall. Number two, Christian McCaffrey. Did you see his arms this offseason? His arms are bigger than my face. Jesus Christ. It's like, what did he do? Freaking do push-ups of his own body? Like, no, I mean like, oh, god damn, that guy is giant. Next, surprisingly, is gonna be Le'Veon Bell. Just a great player overall. I know he's going to a weaker offense, but I think he's gonna do great in any offense. He's a great player, great person. I think he's just gonna do the best he can with whatever he has. And the quarterback is actually a really good quarterback, so I think they're gonna do really well there. He's gonna do really well there. They're not gonna win a lot of games. I think they might go 7-9, 8-8, but he's still gonna get a lot of catches and a lot of runs. Next after that, it's gonna be David Johnson. David Johnson, I'm really disappointed because I drafted him last year in one of my leagues. Really shot the bed, but not his fault. He has a better quarterback now. He still has a good wide receiver. The line's really good. Everything is in his favor, and I think he's going to do much better this year. I think it's going to be just a little dip in his progression for 1 year from last year. Next after that, I know he has the contract dispute, but really he already missed the time last year. He's not going to do it again. Ezekiel Elliott, number 5, Dallas, great running back, beast mode. I don't care how much cereal he wants to eat. That was a really dumb meme, but really he's going to do really good. He's a really good running back. After that comes to my first wide receiver because he helped me win the whole league last year. Julio, my man, Julio Jones. Hell yeah, man. Kills it. Kills it every year. Catches, touchdowns, freaking everything. He can block. He can probably run the ball if he really wanted to. Julio. After that comes my next wide receiver who helped me win it last year. DeAndre, my boy, Hopkins. Really great wide receiver for Houston. And as he said in Hard Knocks, only God can judge him. Hell yeah. That's my boy, DeAndre. Going on to the next one, I gotta keep moving along because I'm gonna be here forever. Another wide receiver, actually, Michael Thomas. Wow, Michael Thomas. Another New Orleans player. Really, all New Orleans players should be really well this year. The offense is always really well done. Drew Brees might have a little dip, but the offense overall should have a really good season. After that, I will have James Conner. James Conner is just always solid at number 9. Any Pittsburgh running back is always great, especially when they lost Le'Veon Bell. He stepped up really well. Love that. I mean, he killed it. Number 10 is going to be Devontae Adams. Again, like I said, Green Bay wide receivers always do well. And he's tall, fast, skinny, kills it, great hands. What else can I say? The guy's not the best wide receiver they ever had, but he's a really good wide receiver. And for him having Aaron Rodgers, he's going to do really well. So after this, after 10 is going to be OBJ, because even getting traded to Cleveland, he's going to actually do better in Cleveland, I think, because the Giants misused him. They only threw him for deep routes. I think Cleveland's going to actually mix it up a bit, throw him some better routes, better positions with Jarvis Landry and the tight end coming out. I think they're going to have to actually put better separation and better coverage on them. So OBJ, number 11. Number 12 is actually, I'm going to switch these up because I didn't really realize this till right now, and that's why the list always changed up. I'm going to switch it, and number 12 is going to be Damian Williams from Kansas City, because all, like Pittsburgh, all Kansas City running backs do fantastic. Damian Williams, Kansas City running back, really stepped up last year after Kareem Hunt left and did a really good job. After that comes a Pittsburgh wide receiver that's called Juju. He's a really great wide receiver. But Juju Smith-Schuster is solid. He's a great guy. Man, it doesn't matter in the field, but at the same time it does. So number 14 is Dalvin Cook, Minnesota's running back. He's gonna be. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of them. I'm not big on Minnesota, but I've seen enough to know he's going to be a pretty good running back. And if you pick him up at 14, he's going to deliver. I mean, he'll be your number 2 pickup. And out of 14 weeks, 13 weeks, he should deliver on about 12 or 13 of them. Next is going to be my first tight end. That's Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, oh my God. My boy, he is a great tight end. He can block, he can run, he can catch, he can do anything you need to. He is a wide receiver wrapped in a running back / tight end's body. Jesus Christ, how do you even say that? That's not even a sentence made out for men. So after that, I switched out these. It's not going to be Joe Mixon. Really good running back. I'm not sure on the offense though, so I cannot really say what that's going to be like. I don't know if he's going to have any catches, as many opportunities, but he's definitely going to be the man. I heard that his former running back partner passed away a few weeks ago. Really sad. Rest in peace. But again, he's a really good running back, and Cincinnati's a really good offense. And Dalton's really likes to dump it off. Sorry to get lighthearted on that one, but seriously, that's sad to hear. It's so soon. So prayers to his family and to his, just to him. But after that, I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill, Kansas City's wide receiver. That guy is just ridiculous. He can outrun anyone, and literally just let him sprint. He'll it's like a freaking it's like a 100-yard sprint for him, and he can just get it and just throw it to him. After that, I don't get why he dropped so much in other people's lists, but Todd Gurley of the Rams, really, that guy was like number 2 last year, and they're dropping him down to like 30, 40. Ugh, really, because he's a little injured. They're just gonna lighten his load a little bit. That's what a smart coach does, and really, their coach is smart. Lighten his load, give another running back a little more carries, but not too many. He's gonna still destroy. Todd Gurley, at number 18. Next I have up is Antonio Brown with some hesitation. I mean, I've had to drop him and raise him and do a lot of things with that one guy. It's sad. Before he was the underrated guy that just would come out and destroy. Now he's the overrated guy that will maybe come out and do his job. Don't want that. You want him to just do work, do his best, and really just be the best player he can be. But to each your own. I mean, he went out for the money, now he's on the Raiders. Okay, do your thing, boo. At number 20, I have another tight end, actually. Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is always killed it for me. I don't get why. He does so many interchanging quarterbacks and everything that I'm surprised about it. That just shows to his versatility and his dependency. Zach Ertz, great guy, gets hurt a little bit, dinged up here and there. Can't put that on him. He's just doing so much. Next up is Adam Thielen, Minnesota's wide receiver. Minnesota's wide receiver, really great receiver, super dependable, not the quickest, not better than Diggs, but he's just really on point with how he plays. He doesn't take a play off, he doesn't go harder or less harder than everyone. He does his best. If you guys haven't guessed, I have another handy dandy list. You can see all the crossouts, all the moves. It's bad. I mean, I should have a better app or function for this, but I've been doing this way for 6 years, so I'm doing it. After that, my boy T.Y. Come on, boys. You know, he's always really good. I mean, he has his injuries too, but really, with Andrew Luck fully healthy now, there's no way you can deny him. Now, from my 23rd best person, this was everyone's number 1. I can't believe it. Every list I saw, number 1, Saquon Barkley. I do not trust that offense. I don't trust that offense more than I trust unicycle to get me from here to the coast. I'm pretty close to the coast. Wouldn't trust him. So yeah, Saquon Barkley, you're a great player, but don't depend on you. I'd rather walk. After that, James White of New England, because like I said, New England. It's not James White, it's New England. They just know how to kill it. 25, Keenan Allen of the Los Angeles Chargers. As a former San Diego Charger fan, it's gross for me to say that, because you know what? Fuck them. Sorry for all the kids out there, but screw them. They suck. San Diego all the way. I can't wait for us to get another team, but that's partially the reason I keep winning now, is because I don't have a bias. Now, 26, Devontae Freeman of Atlanta. After they got rid of Coleman, he's now the primary back again, but he's still injury prone. You cannot just let that go easy. I get it. He's a really good player, but you can't let go of the injuries. He'd be one I handcuff hard. Whoever's behind him, I got some research on him, but handcuff is back. 27, Stephon Diggs, because he's still beast mode. He's so great. He's crazy good. Stephon Diggs, wide receiver for Minnesota. How can you not He's not one of the better wide receivers in the whole league. After that, 28, Amari Cooper. Um, that was a bit of a stretch for me, but I feel like he can still produce pretty good numbers every week. Um, he has a lot of upside, but he also has a lot of downside. It's a hit or miss. You're grasping for a straw, but really there's only like three straws at this point. 29 is going to be another pickup slash handcuff because I don't trust him at all because I don't know the offense. I don't even know the coach. I don't know if they have a second year quarterback. It's going to be difficult. But a lot of people had him high on the list, so I had to consider it. It's 29 is Nick Chubb. He's a great running back, but then they just picked up Kareem Hunt. He's going to be available week 9, I believe, which is going to put a hinder on his whole situation. I like Nick Chubb, but I like Kareem Hunt actually more. It's only because Kareem Hunt is a piece of garbage. It's because I will never have him on any of my lists ever again. When you're a piece of garbage person, you're a piece of garbage player. And sorry, I get it. They're gonna play you. You're gonna take some runs and catches away from them, but you're still a piece of garbage, Kareem Hunt. And I will hashtag you in that one. Kareem Hunt is garbage. Hashtag terrible. Come on, dude. The video. Ugh. Really? You made me throw up in my own mouth. And I don't even do that when I drink. So, really. I don't even throw up out my mouth when I drink. And you made me want to throw up everywhere in that video. You're disgusting, man. Ugh, but you still are a factor in the NFL. Terrible. Okay, number 30, Mike Evans. I'm going to go fast on this one. Tampa Bay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's good, but Tampa Bay's offense is going to blow. 31 is going to be Aaron Jones for Green Bay running back because Aaron Rodgers has going to have to jump up to someone when he doesn't have a line. After that is going to be Melvin Gordon if he plays, which I hate contract disputes. Petty, stupid, not a factor. But at the same time, it is a factor because he probably won't even play like the first 3 or 4 weeks, and then he's gonna come in. So I'm not even gonna drop him probably. After that, George Kittle, San Francisco tight end. A really good tight end. Don't trust Garoppolo, although he's gonna be probably pretty good regardless of whose quarterback is playing. But still, you cannot say that you know he's going to kill it. He might get killed. He might have to block more. 35th is my first quarterback, and that is Mahomes because really he runs, he throws, he does everything. The offense is great. Andy Reid's offense is just destroying. He can destroy. He will again. He was just out of nowhere last year, and now he's great. And no one's going to overlook him. Josh Jacobs, Oakland's running back, kind of questionable on as well. Might not even be someone I even choose to draft overall. I might just skip over him. Just with my next one, like Leonard Fournette. I don't like Jacksonville running backs. Don't like Jacksonville anything, let alone wide receivers, quarterbacks, defenses, anything. They're all gross to me. You get your shit together, Jacksonville, then we'll talk. But, of course, he's still 36. 37, I threw him up pretty high because he's always been a really good player. AJ Green, come on. He's hurt. Yeah, I get it. And the offense is questionable. But he can still catch a freaking needle in a haystack. I mean, he could find it a mile away. And you wouldn't know. That was a bad metaphor because I totally fucked it up. But still, he's going to do really well. The injury might hinder him for 2 or 3 weeks, but if you get him in the 3rd or 4th round, you're going to do really well. 39 is going to be Aaron Rodgers for me. Come on, it's Aaron Rodgers. You can see the little Q question mark thing next to his bio each time, but really, He's never going to be questionable. He might miss a game or two at the worst. That's why you might have to. Whenever I draft a quarterback, I always draft two good quarterbacks. I don't draft two great quarterbacks. I don't draft a really great quarterback and kind of a questionable one. I do two pretty middle ones. And so if I got Aaron Rodgers, I'd probably wait for like a Ben Roethlisberger later on. So you gotta wait out for that one. Sorry I'm running through these, but I cannot make this video more than like 30, 40 minutes without people tuning me out. And that's why I dropped it down to 50, 60 players from 100. Next, 39 would be Deshaun Watson of Houston, the quarterback. Great guy. I drafted him last year. He helped me out. But again, like I said, you have to draft another good quarterback with them. I drafted Andrew Luck, and I interchange them every week. You got to do your research. I hit and miss with them because honestly, sometimes I thought the better matchup worked, and it didn't. So you've got to see what is better. At the same time, you got to go with your gut. I mean, you can't just wing it. You can just wing it. You can't go with all the stats. You can't go with previous history. You got to just go with your gut. Oh man, I'm going back to back quarterbacks again. 40 is going to be Matt Ryan, and I actually interchanged him back and forth to Andrew Luck because wow, Andrew Luck I love. I mean, honestly, if he has another good year, he might be like a top 10 top 10 player. So really, sorry, I'm gonna switch it. I can just in my mind right now, Andrew Luck over Matt Ryan, 40-41. After that, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis running back. If you get Andrew Luck, don't get the running back. You gotta believe in one part of their offense. It's one or the other. So that's my word of advice. It's either Andrew Luck or Marlon Mack. You gotta see that in any time. When you're drafting, if you get a wide receiver, it's okay to get a quarterback to kind of duo them. If you get a running back, do not get the same quarterback. It makes no sense. I don't get it. Why would you do that? You're banking on the running game or the quarterback or the passing game every single week. You can't bank on both. That's ridiculous. 43. I wouldn't even draft this guy, but really, he's a good player, and I get why people would draft him. It's Derrick Henry. He's a good player, just not for me. 44. Julian Edelman. Come on, when you have Tom Brady thrown to him, he's gonna get 4 or 5 passes a game. That means like about 40, 50 yards. He's gonna get you like 10 points a game in a PPR. Again, I always play PPR. You have to play PPR. It makes sense. I mean, if you don't, I get it, but it doesn't make sense. So I don't get it. Play PPR. Even half PPR. You have to account for that. When they're throwing it to them, they're a target. It makes it known that they are the man. After that is Brandon Cooks, the Rams wide receiver. They're going to do a little downward slope a little bit this year, but not that bad. 46 is Sony Michel. Come on. I told you before. It's wide receiver, New England running backs. He's going to get a more prevalent role. I almost had him over James White, but James White just really well overall player. He's going to do a lot of blocking, a lot more plays. But can't count them both, I think. If you can get one in the 3rd or 4th, if you can get the other one in 7th or 8th, I'd probably do that. I mean, it's safest bet. You can interchange it. After that, I have Drew Brees. It's Drew Brees. I know he's like 42, but really, he's a gunslinger. And as a San Diego fan, he's a great gunslinger. So to my first defense, I'm not going Chicago. Sorry, I don't like that. Don't trust them. It's going to be the Rams for me. Rams defense, I would get them probably in the 8th or 9th round. maybe in the 10th if I really needed it, or if I really let it drop. But I don't think they're going to drop that low. So really, the 9th round is where I'd go defense. Okay, after that, I'd go Jarvis Landry. Um, really, he's just Jarvis Landry. Really, like, come on. I can't believe you would think otherwise. He just makes plays. I only have two more players. I've had to scratch out some of them, so I'm kind of lost in the numbers. Um, it's going to be Tyler Boyd, Cincinnati, because if you get AJ Green, you might want to get Tyler Boyd because he's going to do really well no matter what. Um, he's always been a good player, even with AJ Green. He does the deep pass, he gets the touchdowns, he does really well. And then for my last player, I'm going to do Kerryon Johnson. I think that's kind of my sleeper on this one. Is going to be Kerryon. Kerryon is just a pretty solid player, and as a rookie, I took him and didn't do too great, but I still think he's going to step it up this year and do even better. I mean, you gotta have hope. At some point in these whole drafts, you gotta have a little hope. And so, I don't think it's the best to put your money on a player that hasn't done well always. But at the same time, you gotta put your faith into something. When you don't, then you're playing old players and they get hurt. It just becomes a tumbleweed of crap. So, that was my top 50-ish players. Sorry, I don't know what number I got to. Oh yeah, sorry. My last one was Chicago's defense. I mean, I slipped them at the end. So 50-ish players and positions. So at the end of the day, do what you want, draft how you want, go with just the best, not only the best player available, but the best well-rounded team. You have to look at your team while you're drafting. Go back to it. Look at what's in necessity and what's already occupied and draft from there. I mean, I know it's easier said than done because all of a sudden things get out of whack when you want one player and then it gets thrown off course. But you can't let that discourage you. You have to just make it work. I mean, you have to have two players that you're ready to draft when you're drafting, like your next pick. But you can do what you want. I mean, I've lost plenty of times. I've won a good amount of times. I'm not saying I'm going to win again this year, but I'm going to get that three-peat. But you have to choose what players you truly think you're going to do best with. I've had a really good time talking about this, making this list. It's also been a struggle to make this list, adjust it, do what's best for me, and also share with you guys my knowledge without sharing too much because I know my fantasy football league is watching, or leagues. So I try to be as upfront as possible, and I really appreciate you guys listening to me. Leave a comment where if you guys think anything different, what players you would have added in or taken out. Leave a like if you agree mostly with my list. Leave another comment if you dislike it, or just leave a thumbs down if you dislike it, I guess. But really, I just want you to subscribe to this channel now because it's all going to be fantasy football for the next 5 months. I'm going to have such a joy talking about it with waiver wire pickups, drops, ads, lineups. I'm going to have next week is going to be my 2 drafts side by side to show you guys how I did in my draft. And then in the beginning weeks, I'm going to show you guys how I pick up, do waiver wires, do everything. So I really appreciate you guys listening to me. I really hope you guys got some knowledge out of it. and I hope you guys enjoy this wonderful football this year, because it's going to be a great year. It's going to be interesting. It's a lot of great teams out there, and really, it's going to be a lot of great players out there. So, thank you guys. Um, if you guys want any more knowledge, you can send me a message at my Instagram at Danielson, DANNNIEL_SON. And if you have any questions, leave a comment and I will answer all those as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much. It's been Daniel. This has been Wednesday night, and I appreciate you in week 2 of the preseason. Stay awesome. See you later, my fellow fantasy football nerds, because it's been awesome, and I'm gonna get the 3-peat. Boom!